what's happening, YouTubers? We're back in the top list. But before I begin with the video, I do want to give a thank you and a shout out to Bones and the Necro Zoo, who actually inspired this video. He recently posted his top 10 Joker figures in the DC Multiverse line so far. I highly recommend checking it out. I'll leave a link in the description below so y'all can check it out. And furthermore, I also want to say thank you to Bones of the Necro Zoo. A couple months back when I was taking a break, he actually posted a video on other channels, like smaller channels and content creators to check out on YouTube when it comes to DC Multiverse line. Awesome to see him use his platform to really build a community where a lot of people like to say it, he actually does it. So shout outs to you, Bones. You're a real one. Now, to kick the list off at number 5, we have the Batman 3 Joker's The Criminal. I've just been a fan of the head sculpt of this figure and the overall aesthetics. He kind of has that like Don Corleone / Mafia vibe to him, but just a dope figure nonetheless, and good enough to get it on the list at number 5. And rolling through at number 4, we have the Rebirth Joker. Now, initially this and 15 other copies of these were peg warming my Walmart for the past 2 to 3 years, until this past spring I decided to pull the trigger and buy one of them. And I'm glad I did, because if you're looking for like a classic definitive comic book Joker for your DC Multiverse display from McFarlane Toys, this is a good addition for that. The overall aesthetics reeks classic Joker in my opinion, and the attention to detail of the makeup and the head sculpt is fantastic. Pushing through at number 3, we have the Joker based on his appearance in Curse of the White Knight comic series. Up until this year, this was the only DC Multiverse figure that had an additional head sculpt. And am I having Joker hold the head sculpt on there to make it even more freaky and creepy? Yes I am. But given the fact that this figure was from year 1 of McFarlane Toys having the DC license, I'd say it still holds up fairly well. And I'd say they did a great job of capturing Sean Murphy's artwork in figure form. Standing in at number 2, we have the 3 Jokers, the Comedian, GameStop exclusive. And my goodness, how crazy it is that this figure has jumped up in price in the aftermarket since its initial release. By all accounts though, this should be my number 1, but I'll get to that in a little bit. But what puts this Joker over the previous ones on my list is that this is one of my favorite Joker depictions in the comics. Killing Joke is one of my favorite series, and I think they capture it well in figure form. So much attention to detail on that head sculpt, the shading around the eyes and whitening the pupils gives this almost top light aesthetic to the figure, and it's great for toy photography. He also comes with that sick SLR camera, which is a cherry on top of an already great Joker figure. Laughing all the way at number 1, we have the Arkham Asylum Joker. Now, before I move forward, yes, we've gotten this figure in like 3 other variations, but what puts this figure above the rest is the sentimental value for me. This figure was released around the beginning of the pandemic, and since we were in lockdown, I didn't toy hunt very much. But when I did, it was with my best friend. So when we first went toy hunting during that time, this was one of the first figures we saw on our Target shelves that had new stock. We were both huge Arkham fans. Well, I mean, him more so than me. But I'll never forget picking this up, mainly for that instance. And in terms of the figure's aesthetics, it looks like it was pulled straight from the game. The attention to detail in the paintwork and sculpting is pretty top-notch in my opinion, and dare I say, more so than the figures we've been getting recently. So there you have it, YouTubers, my top 5 Joker figures in McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line. Let me know in the comments below, sound off, and let me know your top 5 figures. And like always, if you like what you see, be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for watching.